Hi everyone, welcome to Self-Discovery Support. These readings and messages focus on encouraging mutual understanding and learning about ourselves through our connections and relationships. Thanks for joining me here. Please show your support with a thumbs up and consider subscribing. You can also check the description box for more resources and info to help you on your journey once the live stream has ended. Okay, so we're gonna just do our quick message meditation that we always do. Most High, please guide this reading for the highest good of the collective. Okay, and I added that portion because I think there's a bad perception about tarot, and I have been doing tarot for years, and I think that I've experienced only good outcomes, and there's no spell work included. There's no evil, dark things. It's really just self-reflection and journaling, lots of journaling and reading, writing, making stories, learning how to put things together. So, okay, that's my spiel. I thought I would show you this guidebook because you literally learn with tarot the cards that you should, what the meanings are, right? And you learn to put them together in stories that are intuitively drawn. So today we're going to start our collective reading with, we're going to use the Good Karma Tarot, right? In keeping with the message I just talked about. And we are also going to use the story cubes, the telltale cards, and this might help oracle deck. Okay, I think that's everything. We're going to start off with our collective message. All right, so what is the collective going through right now? What is a message for you all right now on your life path? And then after this, we're going to go into the connections aspect of the reading. The water lilies. Okay, now let's just look that up. I know that the water lilies come through on, okay, here it is. It's the Ace of Cups. It says, in a secular context, we can imagine the growth of the lily from the water as our own ability to rise through suffering into self-actualization. Okay. So it's like going through something that is going to lead you to actually better is what we have here, right? So it feels like if you're in the collective right now, you could be going through something, maybe, and because it's related to water, right? It's emotional. So maybe some of you are having relational issues. Maybe you're sorting through some things, but just know the Ace of Cups tells us, especially with the water lilies, that you are gonna have triumph after this, right? It's like it's almost like this struggle makes what's to come better. All right, and I am going to use the story cubes to get some more info on that. All right, so what is telling me here? Let's start with this. This is feeling like some of you could feel quite strange. Know that something's ending in your life. It feels like you're having to close out a cycle. And it feels like for some of you, you're looking for answers, how to do that. And it's coming slowly, right? You're feeling like it's not happening as quickly as it should for you. And I think you're finding answers the more you kind of reach out, research, educate yourself, even ask people. But it could feel like, okay, this was on this side. I'm going to keep it that way. It could feel like the way you used to kind of intuitively go about things is changing. And I'm just going to say to you that that's actually growth when Okay, this tree is in the reverse. It could feel to you like you're not changing, you're not growing, or you are with a tree in the reverse. It can feel like what used to feel stable, what used to feel known is uprooted at this point, right? But just to go back to Or Lily's message, it's having to go through what sometimes is a difficult period to see that kind of emotional growth or accomplishment near the end, or the triumph. Okay, and now we're gonna help build on that with our telltale cards. I used to use these cards in readings before, but I don't know, I stopped a long time ago. But I think it's gonna give like good messages. That is really funny. Look at that. That is the alien with we started with the alien here. So some of you are really having, you could be having some like strange experiences for you, right? Like what you consider to be different. Some of you could even be feeling like, I almost think like it's like growth, that growth energy where you start to perceive the world in a different way. This is somebody, okay. It feels like you're going about your normal life and you could have learned things from childhood, right? But now it's like almost like you're looking at things in a different way. Okay. This is feeling to me like you are at the point where you don't want, you're not putting this down to being like, it's almost like this strangeness in your life. You're feeling like, no, this is not about like something magical in a way. That's telling me it's not that. It's more like something else, like learning something else. And it's funny that this comes out because it feels like it's you feeling like you're having to start from scratch with certain things. Some of you, okay, I'm just gonna say this, some of you might be having a child. This is going downwards. It's almost like you could feel like you're having to grow and learn lessons, not in a regular developmental way, but quite quickly. And I love this because even though upright, this is like a prison, it feels like some of you are releasing yourself from that. Okay? That is our water lilies energy. Okay. So, in general, I would say the collective is going through a moment right now that you're going to see the outcome after this. And things might feel strange, things might feel slow, like they're going in a slow pace. Things might feel like they are upended, and you can't really use the same kind of ways that you used to use, but you're learning. It feels like you're learning, and we finish here with the sunflower, so that is like a good outlook, even though things feel strange. And we finish here with like breaking free from anything that has been holding you back, even your own thoughts, right? So that is your message for the collective life path message. Now we are going to, that went long. Now we're going to go into connections and relationships. Okay. I hope none of you were using headphones. That could have been loud. All right, so let us go into our connections and relationships reading. All right, I'm gonna pop my book up here. Pop both books up there. All right, let us see what's happening in the connections and relationships. Please give me a main energy. I would like a main energy. Okay, two things. Three of Wands and the Five of Wands. All right, so what I'm seeing happening here, initially is it could feel like some of you are in tension with people in your life, and it could feel like it kind of feels like you've been waiting a long time to resolve a conflict, is what that feels like, but people have been holding back, or you've been withholding, right? That in the situation there is like withholding from things. Somebody's withholding here. So, all right, in your connections, this is waiting for something to be resolved. The Hermit. Have you been isolating yourself from someone, or has someone been isolating themselves from you? The Chariot is here, okay? It feels like even though we're in this situation of we've had some tensions between us and we've taken space from our person, it feels like what is driving you forward to actually resolve this is the concern or the worry that we're not resolving things, right? Let's see some more about that. What's causing you concern? I think you just want things to like move, like get going in a situation, and the Ten of Coins came out. It could be that you're interested in building this is somebody here that you're interested in building something stable with, or maybe you thought this was somebody you wanted to build something stable with. Okay. All right, so it feels like in this period when you and your person are not together, it feels like there's some kind of like you're trying to learn a lot about them. You're trying to learn about a lot about what they do, even how they have been. This is really like maybe even reflecting back, maybe trying to work things out. It's like trying to figure your person out. Kind of feels like what's needed is like communication. Okay, is this ooh, Five of Cups. There's some regret here. Regret that we couldn't have the stability. And with the Five of Cups, it's even like regret that I lost the stability with you type of thing. Okay, I want to know why this Seven of Wands is here, because it keeps coming up. Ooh, people might be defensive about having new starts. Two of Coins. Okay, it could feel like because of somebody's defensiveness or guardedness in your situation, it feels like what's gonna happen, right? Like if they keep being guarded, how are we gonna balance things out? Because I think what you know is that you have to actually work together with this person. Like you will have to figure things out with them. Maybe for some, and this could be reverse it if it doesn't make sense for you. If it makes sense for the other person, then take that. But it feels like somebody here is in regret that they didn't actually take the time to figure out what was needed to make this connection work properly. Like we didn't pull together and work it out. We didn't kind of like be on each other's side. We didn't collaborate on how to make this work. Regardless of if it's like, you know, there's sometimes it can feel like it's one person's fault. Sometimes it can feel like one person avoided where the other person felt like I pursued, not seeing sometimes that more balance was needed. I was just telling somebody that the thing about boundaries, and it's relevant here, I promise you it's relevant. But the thing is that about boundaries is that when we take boundaries, we have to give certain chances, we have to communicate, and you can't assume the person should know, or you're going to teach them through their action, through your actions of like taking distance, right? And the other thing is on the other side, right? The person who is like maybe in more chaser or anxious energy, it feels like you don't know what is the issue, and so you're really like you're trying to show care by trying to resolve the thing, and it can come across as threatening to somebody who needs space. But in that sense, it's like both people, and that's when I say like it really is both people, because it's one person who's more avoidant, wanting to have the space and needing that space but not communicating, and is the other person who is anxious, who wants to heal the situation, wants doesn't want the lack of closeness to go out, or doesn't want the closeness to fade, is what I should say. And both people are going about in the best way they can, right? So it kind of feels to me here like there's somebody in this situation that's taken space from the relationship, the connection, and you two have left this on some kind of note of tension, right? Somebody waiting for the resolve of an argument. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing about this, and we can see it here in the cards. It's somebody's saying that I've taken space to try and think things, to see like, could we work this out? Another person here is saying like, I used to pursue this, but I'm taking a break because I can see that that would be very exhausting to the other person. And then now we have people feeling like, okay, what have we done? Because it's not that I didn't want this connection, it's just that something made me anxious, something triggered me. And the triggering could have been like you needing to, when I say you, it could be your person, right, as well. But it's just the other person needing time to speak, to come towards you, right? So it does have, this reading has a kind of runner chaser dynamic here. But the good thing is that there is the Ten of Coins energy. There is that feeling, it feels like somebody, maybe both of you, felt like I could really build something steady with this person until the situation kind of got more tense, right? And it feels like we've put that on pause, both of you, just kind of going towards this, maybe because of these issues of the anxiousness and the avoidance. It feels like let's just pause. Let's put this on pause, right? Let's hold back a little bit. All right. So what is needed here? What is needed here? Four of Wands. Okay, you two need some kind of celebratory experience that kind of seals the deal in terms of puts you back into a more pleasant energy, more stable energy as well. And it almost also feels like celebrating the relationship, not focusing on what was wrong. Temperance here. This feels like calming down, right? So whatever made people anxious, the person who's running is anxious, as well as the person who is chasing is anxious. There's a kind of calmness needed between both of you so that you can have this longevity, right? I almost feel for many of you that healing this time would bring this back into almost like harmony. Yeah. So like whatever has been wrong, it's almost like if you can really figure out how to balance the energies between you, and I'm just gonna say again, it's, you can't wait on somebody to do that for you. You have to also take responsibility for the rift, right? If you look at this card, I kind of like this card because it's like this person is like, I'm upset with you. And this one's saying the same thing. I'm upset with you because it's your fault. You did something to hurt me. You did something to hurt me. And it's almost like, who's going to turn around and actually say, okay, it may have been my fault also. It may have been that we needed to communicate. Are you willing to turn around as well and take some responsibility? Are you also willing to turn around and communicate with me so that we can be in partnership again? That's what that feels like is needed here. What's needed here between these two? Clarity and truth. Okay, so if you, for the collective, if you're gonna start your connection again, your relationship again, it kind of feels like you need some sense of real clarity, real truth between the two of you. Feelings can't be hidden, thoughts can't be hidden. And it's not to say that you're gonna say things in a way that are hurtful, but you have to give like people the ability to understand you, even if it's vulnerable, right? Because we saw the 10 of coins. This is a connection that could be stable, and we talked about how to get there, but this is also a connection that I'm seeing that could really make you happy. 10 of cups, right? That's like happy families type of thing. And it's really through the clarity with each other. Okay, so I think we have, this is a short reading today. It felt like the life path was longer. But I'm gonna get you the zodiac charms. Okay. Let's see who is here. All right, so this could be you or your person, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and maybe North Node. Cancer. This is, oh, all right, let's look at this one. This is Gemini. This is Leo. Okay, Aquarius, right? This is Virgo. Okay, and this is going to be our last three here. This is Pisces, Libra, and is that Scorpio? Yeah, I'm gonna say one more thing. I kind of think that this reading might go for friends as well. If you feel like the connection was not necessarily romantic, but if you feel like it fits a friendship, I think that that's here as well. I'm seeing that as well. So this was your reading, collective. I am thanking you for joining me on your Saturday night, and we will talk again. All right, take care.